Hey, speaking of Vail Summit Orthopaedics and Neurosurgery, look who I found. This is Dr.Bill Sterett. And for a lot of you that are just coming to town, there are communities that have celebrities, right? Like movie stars and whatever. In Vail, these are our movie stars, basically the athletes and then the doctors that keep them doing what they love. Now, Dr. Sterett, you have celebrated now over 20 years of being the lead team physician for the women's U.S. Alpine ski team, and that has got to be, well, first of all, that's quite the title, but that had to have been quite the adventure. For over 20 years you've been working with these ladies.
It's been a fantastic ride. I mean, it's 20 years, maybe 3 generations of women ski racers, from Peekaboo to Lindsay to Michaela. I mean, it's just been a fabulous ride for me.
I mean, okay, so you have some of the most amazing athletes on the planet, the most amazing female athletes on the planet that trust you to help keep their dreams alive. And you've been with them through the Olympics. Now you brought a picture with you this morning. Can you explain what your Sochi experience was like?
Sure. So I've been really fortunate to be part of the Olympics 4 different times. So 4 different times I was named by the U.S. Olympic Committee to be one of the team docs. Sochi was spectacular. It was we had military everywhere. I think there might be a picture being shown on the screen now. Every 50 to 100 yards we had a couple military guards, and I think they really were counseled to be friendly with us. So you can see they were smiling, taking a picture with me with their AK-47s or whatever they carried, and it was just a special experience. It really was cool.
Not your typical day at work, huh?
Not your typical day at work, not your typical community support around an Olympic venue.
Oh my gosh. Okay, now, working with these female athletes and doing all the research that you've done, because not only are you, performing surgery, but you're also doing research. And when it comes to ladies, can you explain some of the different risk factors that we have maybe compared to guys when it comes to anatomy?
Sure, yeah, thanks for asking me about that. We've got a great research foundation we just started a couple years ago and trying to put out as much as we can about this. But the females are a different breed of animal in terms of risk factors, and I mean that because they have higher risk. They go just as hard, just as fast, but some of the things they can't control. Women are born a little bit more knock-kneed than guys, which puts their ACL in particular at risk. They're born a little bit more loose-jointed than guys are. That helps them be great athletes, but unfortunately puts them at a lot higher risk. And then they're born with smaller ACLs per body size than the guys are, and evolution hasn't taken over that yet and grown their ACL. So they've got up to a 4 to 5 times higher injury risk for most of these sports that you're going to see around this weekend. So keep an eye on them. Now, there are things they can control, which we spend a lot of time teaching and training. Guys, when you watch them jump and land from about a 60 centimeter height, we've done this from age 5 to up to age 50, and guys tend to land a little bit more bent knee, a little bit more accepting a load. Women, there's nothing taught or trained to them about it, but they tend to land a little bit more straight-legged. Probably because they're a little bit more knock-kneed, but that's just the way they innately land until we train them. Now, that straight knee that's born a little bit knock-kneed puts that ACL at risk, and that's one of the reasons they have a much higher injury rate. So we spend a lot of time teaching our female athletes how to accept a load a little bit more safely, if you will. Nothing about what you're going to see this weekend is safe, but they learn to accept a load a little bit more safely.
Interesting. Okay, so as ladies, we should think about having more of a bent knee when we're out there doing our different activities. And obviously, we want to try to stay out of your office. But if we do need that help, if we do need to come and see you, where do we find more information about what it is that you do, and where can we learn a little bit more about your background? It's fascinating, by the way.
Sure, there's so much information out there. I've got a website called the Female ACL that teaches you all about this, some of the risk factors, how to avoid being in my office, what to do if you do get hurt, unfortunately. And that's a great way to go. Hopefully that shows up on the screen here. It's called thefemaleacl.com. My website, drsterett.com, has a lot of the stuff we've published and looked at. And then always go to the vsortho.com website to learn about all our different docs, because we've got a great crew working with us here.
You sure do, and I know you got to get out of here because you have work to do. He's typically doing surgery almost every single day of the year, but thank you so much for taking the time and coming to talk to us this morning, and good luck with your surgeries the rest of the day today. And we are going to take a look at what's happening with that local weather forecast. It's a beautiful day to get outside, so stay with us.